All right, Coach, we can start us off with the opening statement and then we'll go into questions.
Yeah, so two good wins. Anytime you get 13 out of 18 innings out of your two starters, that's a pretty good start to the day. So really happy with the way, Sully threw the ball today. And, same thing with Rhett Lauder. So pleased with certainly with our starting pitching today. Offensively, quite honestly, not a great day again offensively. Too many misses, especially that second game, too many misses up in the air. I think of our 24 outs, we only had four ground ball outs on the day. And really only one of those was kind of squared up, the last one by Kyle Joy in there in the eighth. So, again, a little disappointed in our offensive performance, but, thankfully got a big homer from Brock. Had a big day from Sess and a big day both games really from JJ. So, JJ had a good day all the way around. So again, still not swinging the bat as well as we'd like, but, managed to get two wins and, hopefully we'll start to get a little rest. We're kind of, a little tough stretch with a bunch of games in a short amount of time due to the schedule change today. So we've got Keener and we'll start tomorrow. Massey will come in behind him. So, need to come out tomorrow and play well.
Kind of talked about not swinging the bats as well as you like. Seems like there was a lot of pop-ups to that tonight in the second game, especially. What do you think is kind of leading to that?
Yeah, I think we're getting a little home run happy. We've had some success with the home run ball. And I just feel like we're just missing too many times on the bottom of the ball, trying to do a little too much. And and that's natural for these guys when you get a lead like that. I think they want a homer instead of just grinding at bats. Really happy with Pierce Bennett's at bats today. I thought he had, again, 4 walks. Anytime Pierce was on base that much and Tommy was on base 3 times, then, get 7 innings out of your starter and you get Tommy and Pierce on base 7 times, you're not going to lose very many.
So I gotta ask if, when you have a team score the way you did in that first game, that 16 runs, right? Or 18, what would constitute then, you think, a good offensive day? Like kind of what do you want to see more of from the offense?
I want to see more quality at bats. I want to see more line drives, more balls low. Again, I think we're just missing a little bit too much on the high side. We're a little overly aggressive at times, a little more willing to walk. I know we've done a pretty good job of walking, but, I feel like we've had some one pitch outs today, things like that. I just like to see us kind of grind more at bats and just kind of lower our ball flight a little bit.
Well, what happened there with Crawford White? What's
Yeah.
going on there?
He had some forearm tightness. He threw that last pitch and between innings, he said he felt it tighten up a little bit and he said he was fine. And then he went out there, got 2 outs and then threw a pitch and it just didn't feel quite right. We don't think it's anything serious. It's kind of in the meaty part of that forearm. So it's not it's not in a worrisome spot. But just precautionary there, get him out.
Speaking of precautionary, didn't see Nick Kurtz today, rating ACC player of the week. That's everything good there.
Yeah, he batting practice against UNCG took a little funny swing and then kind of sprained his wrist. Again, it's not the TFC joint or the hamate or anything like that. It's just it's kind of a wrist sprain. So he's got some swelling in there. Again, I don't think we'll see him all weekend, quite honestly. I think more likely on Tuesday is when we'll get Kurtzy back. And same thing with Jake Reinish. I don't think we'll see Jake Reinish the next 2 days either, but he's, Jake's been running the bases and kind of working hard in the weight room. He just hasn't been back swinging the bat yet. The rotation still bothers the knee a little bit.
Clearly you want to see Kurtz in there, but does this give you an opportunity to get some other guys in there and see who can play first base for you adequately and give you some good performances there?
Yeah, for sure. I thought Danny did a good job in the first game. I thought Chris did a good job in the second game. Chris made a big pick, on a play. I thought we could have thrown to second base there in the first inning maybe, but other than that, he made a good play on that strikeout too. Bennett Lether kind of made a tough throw down around his shins, and Kitty made a good play there too. So was pleased with our defense really all day. Merrick Houston made a great play in the first inning. It was a big situation in the game early there with and it kind of got us out of a jam after a kind of a walk and a catcher's interference.
I was gonna ask you just a couple minutes ago about your leadoff and second, two-hole hitters. You answered that before I asked it. I was gonna ask you about Merrick Houston's play at shortstop. You gotta be happy with what you've seen defensively at that position so far early this season.
Yeah, really good. And really in the middle of the infield. I don't know how many errors we have on the year, knock on wood, but I don't think it's very many. Yeah, 2 on the year. So, anytime you're through 7 games with 2 errors, that's a pretty good start to the year. So pleased with our defense.
Any settings for all updates?
He's going for a second opinion next week. So again, again, we are not cautiously optimistic. We are pessimistic at this point.
On the note of Teddy McGraw, if that, is a situation where it's possibly a little bit longer term, how good is it to, have the pitching staff to come in and really, shut the door where you have a guy like Sean Sullivan who can come in as we did earlier in the day. Madison, Reed Mascola did it at UNCG, just a really good pitching staff kind of top to bottom.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we feel like right now we're about 14 deep and, minus Teddy McGraw, so 13 deep of guys we feel pretty good about out there. And so, yeah, I like our pitching depth. And to your point, we've gotten really good starts out of everybody so far this year. So Massey and Keener and Sullivan and Louder and Hartle, and Mascolo. So, really pleased with our kind of our versatility and our options for sure.
And then in terms of the defense and the bats with this team, there is a lot of veteran kind of support on this team, but then you have, a guy we talked about earlier, a guy like Merrick, the one kind of freshman who's getting a lot of time. How positive is it and good to have, that veterans kind of teaching him the ways and getting him going here?
Well, it's great. It's big. It's nice to have JJ and or Danny Corona next to him. And I, one of the things I love about our team is I hear Adam Cesari's in the dugout talking to the young guys, talking to guys about at bats and situations. Brock's doing the same. Pierce Bennett's doing the same. So, our guys are really engaged and they know what's at stake. They know the potential of this team. They know it's at stake, and they know we have to continue to get better each and every day.